if you want to reinvent yourself, if you want to become the new version of yourself, if you looked at people like Dove Cameron who have completely reinvented their look and their vibe and wondered how they do it because you don't know how to do it, or you've tried and you keep failing at reinventing yourself, then you're in the right place, because I've done this so many times, and through my experience I've discovered some really important tips that you need to know when it comes to reinventing yourself, and the best step-by-step process to reinvent yourself and actually make the change stick. Hi my best friends, and welcome back to my sleepover. I'm so excited for today's video because it's one of my favorite topics. I actually asked you guys on the community page and I was so happy when you guys voted for this one, because I definitely wanted to do this one way more than the other video, even though the confidence tips video is also going to be coming. But this topic, I've done this so many times and I've learned how to successfully do this, because in the past I used to attempt to reinvent myself. You know how sometimes you just get the urge to become a new self, and then like 2 weeks later you're back to being your old self and nothing really changed. Well, I've learned how to successfully do it. I'm talking about Dove Cameron, reinventing your look, reinventing yourself concept level successful. So if you want to become your new self, then let's get into this video. Also, somewhere at the end of the video I share a really cool secret tip with you guys. I just wanted to put it out there because I don't know, I feel like it's a really fun tip and I kind of wanted to hide it in there. Okay, first things first, the first thing that you need is this journal exercise that I love to do every single time I want to become a new version of myself. And if you're not into journaling, don't let the word journaling scare you. Basically, I use this really simple but effective tool every single time. What you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of paper, divide it into halves. On one part you're going to write my old self, and on the other part you're going to write my new self. So you can either take the images and print them out and put them on the sides, or you can make drawings. I usually go for drawings just because I don't have a printer, but I feel like putting images would be way more powerful, especially if you have an inspo picture of what you want your new self to be. But what you're going to do is, for your old self, you're going to write the things that make up who you are right now that you want to change. And on the side of your new self, you're going to write the aspects that you want to incorporate into yourself. So for example, maybe you want to change your style. Maybe your old self dresses in a casual way and your new self dresses in a very dark feminine type of way. So you're going to write that in there and just try to imagine this new version of yourself that you want to become, and write every single thing that comes to mind. But okay, some of you might be like, Angel, I have no idea what I want my new self to be. Like, I know that I don't want to be my old self, but I have no idea who I want to become. I want to reinvent myself, but I don't know what the new version of me looks like. Pinterest is your best friend. You go on Pinterest and you look at the pictures of different aesthetics. You maybe look at your current feed, you look at the pictures of different celebrities. What types of celebrities draw you in? What types of pictures have you saved on your Pinterest that you feel like you aspire to be like? Or if you don't have Pinterest and you're just going on Pinterest to see, look at different aesthetics, look at different characters, look at different images that grab your attention on there, and then put them all in this folder titled The New Me, and you're going to slowly start to get an image of what you want your new self to be like. I did this a few months ago and these were all of my inspiration pictures. And if you guys are like, I don't really vibe with Pinterest, I feel like that tip is still not gonna work for me, then let me give you this. So honestly, right now I'm also in the process of kind of reinventing myself, and I feel like for those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you can see this. And the biggest inspiration for me was seeing Dove Cameron's music video for Sand, and then I looked at her style, I looked at her aesthetics, and I was immediately mesmerized. I was like, this is what I want. So think about a celebrity or a movie character that you really admire and you would want to be like. For example, I know a lot of people want to be like Maddie Perez, which I have a video on, or I know everyone back in 2012, myself included, was in love with Effie Stonham from Skins. And honestly, I'll be honest, Effie was also an inspiration in one of my reinventions. I don't know how I feel about it, because rewatching the show, the character's a little problematic, but it's her aesthetic, it's the way she dresses, it's the way she behaves, it's the way she has this quiet confidence, like she's always in control, even though she's not saying much and she's not really show offy, but she's always cool and collected and confident, and everyone is always drawn and mesmerized by her. That's what I liked about her. So I took that as an inspiration and I wrote out the qualities that I liked about Effie that I wanted to have. You can do the same with your character or your celebrity. For example, right now for me, Dove Cameron, her style, I love the way it's so alternative, but at the same time she can have fun, and her Instagram feed, it looks aesthetic and put together, but at the same time it's very raw and authentic. So I want to incorporate the same things for myself. I also want to dress a little more like her. So I've been collecting some of her outfits in my Ideal Me Pinterest board that I have. So if you don't know where to start, take a celebrity, take an influencer, take a character that you look up to and you wish you were more like, or you can go on Pinterest and see what you're drawn to. And then you can do the old me, new me exercise using the picture of the celebrity or the character that you chose and writing out the qualities that they have that you want to have in your new version of yourself. But wait, this is only the first step. It's only the beginning of our journey, because it's all good and well to write out what you want to be like and just have it there, but that's usually where most people stop, and that's usually the reason why most people don't successfully reinvent themselves. But we're not like most people on this channel. We're not like other girls. Okay, just kidding. But we're successfully reinventing ourselves. That's why I'm going to tell you guys the second step, which is once you have your inspiration pictures, put them together in a Google Doc and look at them and analyze the common elements that they have. Maybe there's a certain style that's consistent through all of the pictures. I looked at my inspiration pictures and I analyzed them for the style elements that I was drawn to. A lot of them used black and neutral colors, so I tried to dress a little more like that. Having chunky shoes was also something that I liked and that I wanted my new version to have. I noticed that a lot of the clothes in my inspiration pictures were loose and tight at the same time, and they were mixing a lot of different style elements, which honestly, even right now, I'm still incorporating. I'm mixing kind of like dark lipstick, which would be a little more grungy, with these faux braids and a little bit of layering with this black top and this shirt right here. So I wrote out, first of all, the physical appearance components of the new look that I wanted to have, and then decided which ones I could get and which ones I could not, because sometimes you might see some things and you might be like, yeah, I would love to dress like this, but it might be a little pricey, so let me see what's in my wardrobe that resembles it the most. Or honestly, you can go to thrift stores and try to find something similar. And second most important thing here is to look at all the things that you wrote that this person has that you want to have, and then imagine that person and write out what are those person's I am statements. If this person was to talk about themselves and be like, I am something, what would they say? Would they say, I am magnetic, I am fun and social, I am carefree, I am edgy, I am expressive? Those are the ones that I had for myself that came with my inspiration pictures, and I actually wrote that on top of my Google Doc. I was like, inspiration, carefree, edgy, expressive, fulfilled. Write out the statements that would describe this person from that person's point of view. For example, I do things that make me happy. I'm fun, I'm confident, I'm ambitious. Those were some of mine, and you guys can actually see how I wrote it out. And what you're going to do with those is every single day when you wake up, you're going to read those statements to yourself. So don't really like overcomplicate this and don't make too many of them. Write out probably 10 of them, and what would be good is to have the picture of a new image of yourself right next to it so you can really feel that energy of that person. A really important thing here is to not just settle on knowing what you want to be, but to actually becoming the new version of yourself. So here's how you do it. When you have this new image and when you wrote out what are the differences, you're going to look at what actions you can take to become this new version of yourself. Ask yourself a few questions. What are this person's lifestyle choices like? What are this person's relationship choices like? What are this person's clothing choices like? Figure out the areas that are different from who you are now and write out the changes that would need to happen in them. For example, maybe you need to start working out, or maybe you need to work on your confidence. For me, for example, the previous time that I did this, it was definitely trying to feel more secure in myself and not trying to constantly be trying to get people to like me, and just be there and be sure of myself when talking to someone, and also to be more carefree, which I've implemented when I went to parties, and I have made so many more friends. And this is another secret tip that a lot of people who are not paying attention to the full video will not know, but you and me, we know this. Basically, when you're going somewhere, a really good tip is to do what I did and try to channel this character's or celebrity's energy that you have tied to your new self. This was me when I got invited to this one party that that I was honestly a little scared to go to, but I was like, I'm going to go there. And when I walked in there, I was like, okay, I just tried to do what Effie would do, and I just tried to imagine myself as Effie. And at some point, I remember I ended up going with this guy to get more drinks to bring back to the dorm room. And honestly, I feel like it was definitely channeling the character and something that Effie would do, because you know how she's always so fun and loose. I just felt like playing music and we were running through the street, and it was so fun. So when you need to quickly and rapidly channel that new version of yourself, maybe you're not fully there, but you need to be that version in that moment, channel the character or the celebrity that you have tied to that version. Imagine you were them and just do what they would do. But yeah, basically write out the things that you would need to change and the things that you would need to do in order to change those things. Having all of these elements, having clearly decided what is the new version of yourself, having written out the aspects that you would need to change, what kind of style this person has, and what kind of self-concept affirmations this person has, then reading those affirmations every single day, channeling that energy and making the changes to become that version of yourself is going to be what is going to make you in reinventing yourself so successful. And honestly, one of the ways to get your self-concept affirmations cemented into your head more quickly is by making a subliminal, which if you guys don't know what subliminals are, and if you want to know how to make them, then definitely check out this video right here that I did on how to make the best subliminals for yourself. And I also have some stories of me using subliminals if you guys are interested. And if you guys want to hear more about confidence tips, then definitely check out this video right here. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!